This guy was out having a drink of the water from our shower, so hope he didn't get too much shampoo in it. This is the shearer's quarters where we stayed. These are Drought Master bulls that Greg had just brought, so they were his pride and joy. He was pretty happy with them. This is their plane that Tony mainly does the flying of. She does spotting when there's bushfires to see where the fires are going, and also they use it for mustering on their own plane.
Well, that wasn't visible about 2 days ago.
Is that right? Yeah. So you'd lose a fair bit with evaporation, wouldn't you?
At 2 metres.
2 metres.
Wow.
Here, Greg is emptying out a trough, and he's going to put a supplement in it, which the cattle really like, and it will help them to digest the mulga and that kind of stuff much better.
Urea,
Yeah.
copper, sulphur.
Right, okay. So that's sort of like a lick or something.
Yeah, a loose lick.
A loose lick, yeah. Okay.
So this is Greg's main job this time of the year, particularly, is to make sure that the animals have got water.
Right, so this is looking down the well. That thing's going up and down and pumping the water up by the windmill.
On his water run, Greg will maybe do at least 100 kilometres a day. This is what happens when you haven't got a windmill going. He uses a petrol pump to do the pumping instead.
It just doesn't get out of the way, eh? Yeah.
The old 2-storey place, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's where you were brought up.
Yeah.
Cheap to keep.
There's tea bags there.
Now, Mari, what about you sing, what's the song? Swagman, camped by a billabong, under the shade of a Kilcowera tree.
What is a Kilcowera tree? One little fella.
Hey,
Good morning.
How are you? Yeah.
This is
That would be good.
all Kilcowera, that all you can see out there as far as you go. It belongs to Greg and Tony.
And you take the other half off and you put your water in it and boil it on the fire, and then you use this to drink out of. This is a cup.
Right.
So that was found here. And this is part of old hand shears.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's half of it basically.
Yeah.
Well, the blade is sort of missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, no man would be out here without a drink.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
And there were 2 of these handmade buckets.
Right.
See how it's got rivets around here?
Yeah.
The other one is in much better condition. It actually has a handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had a bloke here who collected stuff like that.
Okay, so-
On Tuesday, we had to knock off to watch the Melbourne Cup and open a bottle of bubbly.
What do they use ochre for? For
Painting.
painting and stuff?
Painting that. Look, here's a nice little one here. That sort of thing they grind it up
Ah,
and get
yeah.
the colours out of it.
Yeah.
And then there's chalky things, you know,
Yeah.
all the different colours.
There's a lot of feral goats around and kangaroos. They eat up to 60% of the feed that the cattle could be having. And they also hang around where there's water, so they're drinking the water as well.
Oh, one looking at me.
Yeah.
This place is called Murder Bore. Back in the old days, there were 2 guys drilling for water. They got in dispute over money, and one guy murdered the other guy
So this is
and
the bore,
burnt his
that's
body
the-
and dropped the ashes down the
these bits were put down.
bore there. He thought he'd get away with it. Police were really suspicious. They eventually worked it out, arrested him, and he was convicted for murder. There are several camping spots around here, and in the camping season, lots of people come and really enjoy the lake here.
Size of snake that I
That you saw.
saw. I mean, the size of the one I saw.
Here's a kangaroo having an early morning drink. We disturbed him. Old shearer's moccasins. This is the bore at the shearer's quarters,
That's
where
easy.
Tony gets the water from to irrigate her garden. Got some tomatoes.
Fantastic. Yeah, meet Tony. Tony's been our hostess for the last 4 days.